Hello, everyone. This is Paul Fisher with the Billion Coin, and I am here live to talk about what's going on with the economy and the latest blog post by admin. It's a very exciting blog post. It came out late last night in my time, which is Pacific Daylight Savings Time. And I noticed today when I got on the broadcast, the 24/7 broadcast that we're having on this system, that almost all the slots have been taken because simply the fact that everybody wants to talk about it. If we can get that going every day, that would be great. I mean, seriously, almost all of the original slots and almost all of the even backup slots were taken today. In fact, I may try to share my screen and show you that. It's scary because I've never done that before. But anyway, what I do want to do is I want to go ahead and read this blog post because it has to do with the migration, excuse me, that I've been talking about for over, well, since I started doing these. This is my 11th one. I apologize for the one I was supposed to do yesterday. I tried to do it. It came out horrible. I had some technical issues. My voice was cracking. And I listened to it back again. It was just horrendous. So I just had to delete the whole thing. Okay, so anyway, let me go over to the blog post. Okay, and basically the title of the blog post is the start date for migration is April 30th, 2018. Okay, so today's the 17th. We got less than half a month before we start. So just a couple of weeks and, excuse me, and we'll be starting to move over to our brand new blockchain platform. Okay, so he starts out saying, I finally got an agreement in place for a migration start date from our main coin developer. We will officially start migrating the TBC community from the old TBC blockchain to the new TBC blockchain on April 30th, 2018. We will end the migration process on July 31st, 2018. For the entire TBC community. Of course, our team of programmers wanted even more time, but I set my foot down and I said I needed a start date in April of 2018. So hopefully most of the moving parts connected to this migration will be automated by the start date of April 30th, but if the tech team still needs to do some things manually behind the scenes, to make the migration process work by that start date, so be it. They can continue to perfect the automation of migration during the 90-day window of migration. The TBC community has waited long enough. Now is the time to move forward. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that everything is going good with my audio. Looks like it is. If you guys do come on live, I hope my chat is working. Let me know that you can hear everything good this time. Okay, he goes on to say the top 10 leaders and the voice of TBC got together on April 3rd to do test transactions while the new coin was still on the test network. And it worked as expected. Okay, the wallet was missing a couple of important features, as they said, and we are working on those now. Currently, there are 1 billion coins sitting in the admin wallet on the official new coin network blockchain, and we are no longer on the test network. The number of nodes spread all over the world for the new coin network are significantly higher than the number of nodes we used on the test network. We are sure you all will be pleased with transaction times and confirmation speeds on the new coin network. We have already built in a toggle button to change the view from TBC to Kringle and back. I will spend more time talking about this feature in a future article. We are currently working on the following items. Now, this is really, really important, and I was very, very impressed with how he came up with this. Okay, he says a complete new registration process, including CAPTCHA, to keep the robot out, or the robots out. A send in USD feature, which will eliminate the need to do fancy calculations outside the wallet interface, much like you see on other cryptocurrency wallets, and a send button test system. As mentioned in previous articles, it has become abundantly clear that we need to test the understanding of the people that want a TBC wallet. We have developed a test that each person must pass before they can get the new TBC wallet with a send button. We can't always count on people to do the proper amount of due diligence on TBC before they join us. Many sponsors within the TBC community take shortcuts in explaining what TBC is all about before they sign people up. Now, we do use the term sponsors and recruits, even though we have nothing to do with multi-level marketing. It's simply because we're on a system where we as members refer the coin out to others. Okay, we're not using advertising or anything like that. It's person-to-person communication, social media on our own, peer-to-peer. Hey, this is, have you heard about the Billion coin? This is the kind of cryptocurrency we've got and that we're into, and blah, 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 and then we educate. Okay, so it's the same thing with multi-level marketing. Okay, when you bring somebody into your company, whether, whatever company it is, you need to teach that person. I mean, even direct sale companies like Avon and Tupperware and all these programs, you need, when you bring someone into the business, you educate them on how the system works. Okay, so you are the sponsor, in other words, the mentor, the teacher, and they are the recruit because you went and said, hey, this is what I'm doing, or they came to you and said, hey, how do I do that? And you sponsored them and got them into the business. So we use those terms, but don't let it confuse you that we have anything to do with multi-level marketing, because there's no multi-level marketing going on here. Okay, we are a cryptocurrency. We're a coin. We're a monetary system. Okay, so, but our members are getting other members to come in, and when they come in, we need to educate them before, after. Mostly, we need to educate them before. That's becoming more and more obvious to us because of our history, that they need to be more educated. They need to really understand how incredible this coin is compared to all the others that are on trade marketing exchanges. Okay, so don't let those words think like, oh, you're multi-level and I don't want anything to do with that because it's never worked out for me. That's not what this is, okay? We're not selling any health products. We're not selling any services, anything. We're not selling anything. We're giving away our coin, okay? And we're teaching people about our coin and what it's designed to do. Okay, I'm going to go back now and finish this little article from admin. Find out here where I left off. Okay, we can't always count on people to do the proper amount of due diligence on TBC before they join us. Many sponsors within the TBC community, basically that's referrers, because we refer the coin. Okay, take shortcuts. Okay, so many of us take shortcuts in explaining what TBC is all about before they sign people up. This test will filter out people that are unfit for the TBC community and make it impossible for any of them to say they thought we were something other than what we are. This is extremely important. It may sound a little harsh, but it's extremely important. Okay, let me go on. We don't want anyone to feel they were misled in any way to pay a fee or make a purchase within our TBC community without a true understanding of what we are ongoing. So, no matter what a sponsor says or doesn't say, this test will certainly make it clear before a recruit pays anyone a dime, as the saying goes. We have a private community. Okay, this is very important. We have a private community, but we are far from a secret group or society. It's not what we are. Okay, we are completely upfront about all that we do and say. There is zero need to deceive people excuse me, into joining us. We have much to offer, and it is all good. Okay, so now he says, here is a sample from the test. This is the first question. Okay, and it starts out with a paragraph of information, and it says, the value of our coin is directly tied to our membership agreement. It has nothing to do with a market, which is why our coin always appreciates in value as our membership grows. We know this is highly unusual within our world as it is today. We lead in the abundance movement with this coin. It has been designed to empower its users greatly. All of this is based on the idea that a living man or a woman is actually worth more than their weight in gold. Life is more valuable than any pile of rocks. Okay, and that's the end of the paragraph. Then it says, first question, and it says, what determines the value of our coin? Gives two answers, two possible answers, A and B. A says it is based on the supply and demand of it as it is traded in the open public markets. B is as living men and women are more valuable than gold, and they agree to add their value to the value of our coin, it appreciates in value as each new member joins the community. Now, if the test taker answered A, okay, which is the wrong answer, then a pop-up would say, incorrect answer, please try again. If the test taker answered B, which was the correct answer, then a pop-up would say, correct answer, please go to the next question. Now, with the paragraph preceding the question, This is really an open book test. There are 10 questions on the test. All must be answered correctly. Everyone should have no problem with passing this test. But by design, it may prevent an unfit person for the TBC community from even getting a TBC wallet because of what they learn while taking the test may conflict with some of their preconceived ideas on a money system. We do want people to be in agreement with our concept before they join us and get a wallet. Everyone that has already paid the $10 fee will also have to pass this test before they will be allowed to migrate to the new coin network. As a community, we need to become unified and find solidarity throughout the entire TBC community. The reason, the reason we had to turn off all of the send buttons at one time was because the old coin network could not handle the mass quantity of transactions we were doing at that time. The network was crushed under a massive backlog that the servers could not process quickly. It choked on that backlog for weeks before we decided to flush the backlog. Since then, we have recoded many parts of the old coin network, and it is currently working very well. When users follow the send button directions, the new coin network does not have or need an extra set of directions to use it. It just works, and it works fast. The old coin network was built on a clone of the original Bitcoin code, and it does have a lot of bugs. The new coin network is based on a blockchain that has been evaluated by many third parties as to having hardly any bugs and is robust in performance and durability. TBC will be ready for mass adoption as a technology once we start to migrate. Okay, so that was the end, or that is the end of the blog he posted late last night in my time. And we're very excited, obviously, the whole community is excited because that's what we've been waiting for, is a date for when we are going to start the migration. So anyway, the migration is going to be very, very exciting, okay? Those of you who have gifts and are finding out about the migration, we are here to help you to migrate. It's going to be a simple process, okay? The $10 fee, as far as I know, has to be paid when you migrate, okay? It hasn't been that way now. It's been optional, but with the new migration, it has to take place, okay? It's a one-time fee. It covers the cost of all transactions, okay, for the rest of your life, okay? It's amazing. $10, okay? And it also includes your back office for a whole year. So anyway, this is very, very important because we are not, it just proves that we are not gouging people to try to make a buck. We're not any kind of scam, okay? We're not only giving our coin away, which proves we're not trying to make a buck off somebody, but it proves that we're not charging crazy fees, which most people, when they have an opportunity, do that, okay? So it's absolutely awesome, okay? The system is incredible compared to all of the cryptocurrencies on the trade market exchanges. It's amazing. Let's see what time it is here. It's 5:20. The reason it's so amazing is these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and all the rest of them, Litecoin, Ethereum, so on and so forth, are being manipulated daily by the wealthy because they're on a market. Okay, that's what stock market does. That's what any market does. It's manipulated by the wealthy. Okay, Wall Street and the insiders are the ones making the money while the rest of Americans lose. every time there's a crash and the bubble bursts, what happens? Yes, some of them lose, the ones that aren't in, but the masses of people lose because retirement funds are based on the stock market. Same thing with the coin market. Okay, so they will buy up the coins because they've got the money, the wealthy. Okay, now it starts to raise the price. The little people say, it's going up, let's buy some. And then when it goes up more, we'll sell it and we'll make some money. So they get in and they do that. And it keeps going up. So more people keep getting in and buying little amounts, whatever, okay, in the idea that they're going to make some profit. The problem is when it reaches a certain price, then the wealthy sell. They all sell. They just dump, okay? And the price starts to go down. And as the price goes down, 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 it doesn't take very long. 5 days of going down and everybody's panicking. And they start selling because they don't want to lose all of the money that they used to purchase the coin. And so they sell, okay? The price keeps going down. Many people lose coins that way. Lose it to who? To the wealthy, because when it gets down to a price that they're comfortable with, then they'll start buying it up. Because not only will they buy all their coin back up, but they buy the other people's coins that have come into the market for the first time and started to exchange without realizing that it's just a gambler. It's a gambler's game. Okay, it's a casino. That's what these markets are. They're casinos. The house always wins. Okay, so, and the price goes back up and they get all your coins and they end up with more coins and there's less coins for the masses. So what's going to happen? The same thing happens with fiat currency that we're on and we've been on since 1913. Okay, they came in, they took over in 1913, and they started to take away our gold, started to take away the hard assets that backed our money, turned it into currency. Then, because they were a private bank, they lent the government, our government, is what they do. Governments all over the world, that's how they control the countries. They lend our government the money and they charge interest. And we end up, as American citizens, with our hard-earned money, paying the interest on those loans. And you may think, well, no, Paul, that's not right. We're paying taxes for this, for that, for, the welfare and for, Medicaid or Medicare, and we're doing good things with our money, with our taxes. No. Okay. The reality and the truth is 100% of the taxes of the American people go to pay the interest to the Fed, to the private bank. Okay, 100%. So where does the government get more money to do all these things that we think our taxes is paying? They borrow more. That's why we're trillions and trillions and trillions into debt. Trillions. You know how much money $1 trillion is? Holy mackerel. And we're like 20 trillion, probably a lot more, in debt to a private bank. Okay. Like, for instance, that spending bill we just passed, what was it, 1.3, $1.7 billion? Where's it? Or $1 trillion? $1.7 trillion? Where do we get that? They just go to the IRS and say, okay, we need some of the taxpayers' money here. We're going to do this. No, they borrow it. You've heard of the what is it, the debt cap or whatever, the borrowing cap? That's a joke. I mean, there is no cap because whenever the government runs out of money, they just go and vote and authorize themselves to borrow some more. Meanwhile, it gets harder and harder for the little guy, us, the American citizens, to survive and live. The poor get poorer, the middle class are obliterated, and the rich get richer. So the system needs to come down. we're watching it coming down. Okay, if you're not aware and it's coming down, those of us who are watching it coming down. We're watching it because it's happened before, and we're just seeing history repeat itself. It has to come down because it's just gone on for too long. There has to be a new system, whether they're in control of it or we, the patriots here in America, are in control of it, which is what we want, obviously. There's going to be a new monetary system, but cryptocurrency is still a major, major, major player in the future and technology. And we need coins that are not on the market, that are based on algorithms, basing it on some kind of value that makes it real money that cannot be manipulated by the wealthy. Okay, our coin is that way. We've been out here for 2 years now, and we're about to explode with this new blockchain platform and technology. Let's see what time it is. Got 4 minutes. I may go over, I don't know. I do want to talk about the economic situation. Maybe I'll just wait until tomorrow to get into that. But a lot of good information is happening right now, and I'm excited about it because it's really obvious what's going on. And we need, those of us who are paying attention need to get that information out to you, the public, the people here in America, and even people everywhere in the world, because it's important to realize how things work. And that our politicians in many of our countries that are controlled by the central banking system are controlled by the central banking system, not by us. And until we not only crash that system here in America, but get rid of it so that it doesn't come back, is how we're going to get our freedom. Okay, that's the only way. Okay, now the central banking system has their history of how they work is they bring us to a point of crashing. It looks like a crash, like the bubble crashed in 2008. It looked like a crash. It looked like a crash back in 1971 when they took us off the gold standard. Okay, it was a little painful. Oh, we don't have enough gasoline. The gold speculators are out there and devaluing everything, and we got to take the gold and all this kind of stuff that they were just lying to us. Okay, but there was also no internet back in those days. Okay, but you saw what happened. Gosh, what credit cards did we have back in 1971? I think all we were using back then were gasoline credit cards. Okay, do you remember? Gasoline credit cards, that's all we had. I think there was the Diners Club card back in 1971. That was about the only 2 credit cards that were out. And then we got this Master Charge card. Do you remember that? And not the MasterCard, it was Master Charge. Okay, and then, the credit started going out, and the credit system just excited everybody because their incomes went up, their home values went up. But behind the scenes, everything else was going up. Okay, they weren't realizing that, hey, okay, it all looks good, but we're getting ourselves in debt here. Okay, and that's what's happened over the years. It's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And we have these little breaks where we're on the edge, or we go into a recession, right? It was a big recession in 2008. Okay. And we've had little ones, between 71 and 2008. But the point is, we're at the brink of another one right now, okay? And this one's going to be extra big. It just has to be, okay? And I'm not saying that to scare anybody, because there's nothing to be scared of, because Trump and patriots also are fighting this. They want to get rid of the central banking system. That's what Andrew Jackson did. In fact, he ran his platform for president. Hey, vote for me. I'll get rid of the central banking system that's controlling our country and get rid of it. Okay? It's not a good system, people. It's not a system for us, the people. It's a system for them. Okay? And he won. Okay? And he got rid of it. Okay? So that's where we stand today. Okay? And whoever controls the narrative will be the winner. Okay? Central banking system is going to blame everything on Trump. Trump's going to blame everything on the central banking system. Here is a key, though, to remember. Trump is a businessman. He's a deal maker. He's a master at it. Years and years and years of being a master of the deal. Not only that, but he's in a powerful position, believe it or not. A very powerful position. Okay, when the crash happens, most likely this year, all he's got to do is say, hey, look at the Federal Reserve. Look what they've done. They've raised the interest. What happened the last time they raised the interest? We crashed in 2008. Here they're doing it again. They're starting to raise their interest rates. Okay? But this time, they can't bail us out. You know, we don't want that because it's just going to happen again. And we all lose. So I think we should have an audit of the private Federal Reserve Bank. Okay? That audit bill has already been written. Okay? So it's prepared and ready, and all it needs to be done is to get passed when this all happens. And of course, Trump's going to sign it. Okay? When that audit comes out and the people of the world find out what the central banking system has been doing, that's the end. That's the end. Okay? It's that simple. Okay, but either way, we're going to have a different monetary system. Point is, cryptocurrency plays a role no matter what. Okay, but super long run, I wouldn't trust any coin that's on the market exchange. Okay, if the market exchange disappears, that's a whole other story. But I want to be a part of something that's real. Okay. That is the Billion coin. And there's another coin coming out. Okay, I talked about it before, so go back and look at some of my videos. It's coming out, and it's also based on an algorithm that causes the price to go up every day. It's not going to be on the trading market. Okay, at least the ICO is not. Okay, let's hope they keep it that way, because if they do, it will be successful as a coin also. Not only a coin, currency, but money, okay? Money, which has value, okay? So thanks, guys, for watching this. I don't see anybody on the live chat, but I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. But anyway, since I'm going to end this, though, why don't I try to do something here with the screen share and see if I can't share my screen. Oh, let me put my glasses on here. Okay, there's a button that comes up, says share. Present to everyone. I'm clicking on that. Okay, it now says I'm sharing my screen. Okay, we go over to Criminal Cash. I don't know if you guys are seeing this or not. Okay, again. I don't know, but anyway. Okay, this is the broadcast menu in the back office. Well, it's in the Criminal Cash, our own, our own back office ability to, but this is the same thing that's on the billioncoin.info main site under broadcast. Okay, so as you can see from this morning at 5 a.m. it starts. Okay, and people fill in 1 and 2 slots are available for each half hour for 24 hours. And people set up their live videos and they put their link in there for their YouTube or whatever. Okay, and they put what language it's going to be in. Okay, Tagalog, that's the language of the Philippines, okay, and English. And you can just go down here and pick what time you want to watch somebody live. The only reason you want to watch somebody live mainly is just to ask questions, which is awesome because the live chats are always on. And unless somebody like me doesn't know what they're doing, and it may not be on, but I don't know or I can't see it. But anyway, usually all these, there's many open slots here. Okay, and look at all the slots that are filled today because the migration date has been set and that blog post came out last night. Okay. All right, so we just scroll down here, and I always take slot 25 now. The other day when I went to grab it, this one was already there, so I went ahead and did the backup slot. Okay, so that's me. That's my channel, Paul Fisher 69. Okay, and Roy is on right now. He's in English, and this one's in Tagalog, which is Philippine. Okay, she's a real nice lady. You can go and watch them live right now. Okay, and then we have Dan Lutz, which I highly recommend, comes on at 6:30 tonight. He usually comes on at 7, but someone's got his spot, so he's coming on at 6:30. And so that's in about an hour. And that's always good. Like I said, I can't say enough about Dan Lutz. And I can't say enough about the voice of TBC, Randy. He's usually on around 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't see him here. It may be that he just has a link and I'm not aware of the link instead of using his channel. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, no, that's Dave. Watch Dave, he's always good too. He comes on at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Savings Time. Okay, so anyway, you can see how it's filled all the way up until 9:30 tonight. Okay, usually it's pretty empty. Okay, then we go through an empty period and then it starts back up at 12 a.m. Okay, and starts to fill in again. And then, okay, but we're already filling in tomorrow's slots. But this is today's live slots that you can go to on the billioncoin.info. Go to the right side, hit the tab that says broadcast. You'll get this, and you can watch them. Anyone you want, and find out about TBC. Okay, now I'm going to see, it says here, stop sharing. So I'm going to hit the stop sharing button. I don't know if that worked. If I just disappeared, and hopefully you at least heard my voice. But anyway, guys, thank you, and I'll find out if that worked when I replay this now. But for tuning in and watching it today's, I know probably everybody did the same thing I did, which was read the blog post. But, you know, it's exciting. We're very, very excited. I mean, we that have been involved in this for a time, and I've been involved for a year, we know what's going to happen, okay? If you're new, you may not realize or be excited because you don't really understand what's going to happen, okay? But we are going to have our own economy very, very soon, possibly by the end of this year, okay? And it doesn't matter what happens to the current economic system. That's not ours, okay? The current economic system with the US dollar, which is a Federal Reserve note, is not our system. It's the central banking system, okay? It's their economy, okay? So we're going to get off of that, and there's nothing to fear because we're going to do the best we can to make it very painless for you, okay? But there will be some adjustments. It's just common sense. But technology is so much better than it was back in 1971. We've got so much more ability, so much more speed to do things. So it won't be drawn out like it was for the early 70s, okay? But things improved. You saw that in the 70s. Things got even better in the 80s. And so, but it won't be like that, okay, at all. It'll be quick. So anyway, but just be aware, and I'll be back here tomorrow, hopefully again at 5 o'clock. So, and I'll talk more about the current situations that are going on economically, the move toward getting rid of this system and causing it to crash, okay, and the switch over. I'll just bring up some stuff that's happening, okay, to show you, hey, look, okay, same thing's happening that was in 2006, 2007. So you can expect that, expect things to happen. Interest rates are the Fed is slowly starting to raise them. They can't raise them too much. They don't want to completely crash the system, but they're going to raise them enough so that we're going to go into a major recession, and then they're going to say, hey, we'll bail you out. But this time, I don't think that's going to work. They'll have to do something different. Either way, if they win, they stay in control, things will repeat. We don't want that system, okay? Trump and us, the patriots, are at war against the central banking system and the deep state, okay? So I'll talk more about that in the future, and anything else that comes up from admin that's super exciting, and more about the process of migration and all the exciting things that are happening in this world because of technology and cryptocurrency. And try to educate you guys as much as possible. Okay, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night or day wherever you're at.